So it can be really difficult to track changes when it comes to making SEO updates. So you can make a copy change on a certain page, a metadata update, fix internal links, add schema, delete a page, create a page, whatever it might be on your website. But it can be really difficult to, number one, track that change and then track the impact from that particular change as well, especially because Search Console and GA4 both don't have have an annotation feature, so you can't. So if you look at Search Console, we can see the data coming pulling through, but we can't see any annotations there, and we can't go, oh, a new page was created there. Oh, it's decreased a bit or it's increased a bit. So we're measuring the impact of the different changes, which proves to be difficult. Same with GA4, data's coming through, but we can't annotate the data anywhere. So what do we do? The workaround involves Google Sheets, Looker Studio, and blending GA4 and GSC data in there. So this is a really ugly Looker Studio report that I've created, but it allows us to track the impact of changes. So I've created a Google Sheet, and I'm not showing any client versions of this, which are a lot prettier, more detailed, but create a Google Sheet. We've got the date of the change, the category of the change, so is it technical, copy, metadata, backlinks, whatever it is. I've called this annotation, but it's more sort of change title or change details. What does this change actually involve? So it's like this one, 5th of December, technical, we fixed broken 404 pages. You could also add a link to the sheet with the 404 pages on, which would be obviously more detail. But if we need to investigate it further, if it's impacted the site negatively or positively, then yeah, we can look into it a little bit further. So I get the Google Sheet, record all your website changes there, or if you've not already, like if you've done it retrospectively, then that's fine as well. Just add a sheet, add all your changes with the dates that they occurred. Then we want to hook up the data to Looker Studio. So if you go to Resource, Manage Added Data Sources, like on this one, I've added GA4, GSC, and the SEO update sheet. And then we want to create a blended data source. Don't know why that's just done something. Let's reset that. Yeah. I'm going to create a blended data source. So this data source has got GA4 in it, GSC, and the SEO update sheet all in one data source. And I've created time series charts and just with a little bit of data visualization. So I've made the SEO updates on the right hand side axis. I think it's the X axis. I've made them bars as well, so they're clearer. And then we've got a time series, so we can see page views over time for the site over the last month. And these are 4 different SEO changes that have been made to the site. So we can see the impacts of, oh, we've made this SEO change. We've changed this bit of copy on this page and it's negatively affected the site or it's positively affected the site. And then we can look to investigate further. Obviously, we could do this over a year as well and really see the impact. So like a site migration can be a big technical risk, see the impact of that. Done like page views, sessions, bounce rate, impressions, revenue, obviously the most important one. We could see the impact of different changes on this. How many landing pages are appearing in Google? And what we can do, if we see quite a big impact, negatively or positively, then we could click on the change. So I'm like, all right, I want to see why that update's happened. Like, which update that actually was. So if we click on the line, this is synced to the Google Sheet. So I've clicked on the line which has impact after it. Then this table here will filter just for that change. So this is especially good for sites that are getting 30, 40 plus changes per month. And we need to filter down. So I'll just reset that. Update. at the minute, I think it's just last month, could do this quarter to date, so it goes back to October time. And we can see the changes there as well, see the impact. And once again, I can look at, right, the bounce rate's really gone up there, and it looks like it's happened after this change. And we can see all the changes in this table currently. Obviously not done all, these are just examples, but click on this one. That's had a big impact on bounce rate. We have filter down here for that particular change. Click on, it might have a link to go, here's the full change that happened. Here's the previous copy and the new copy. Let's reverse it or let's tweak it or let's see what it does. So that's a really good way of measuring impacts from different SEO changes. Just reset. And then one other thing I've done, so I can drill down by the date range. I've also set it to drill down by search query and landing page. So if we created a new landing page, for example, um, or even if we've got a group of landing pages, I want to see every I want to see the date for every landing page containing technical and search. Let's try. See if that changes anything. Doesn't look like the data is changing much. Yeah, because I had GA4 data. CTO might be affected. Yeah, this is purely Search Console data, so it won't be having. It'll change. The impression should change. Let's see this. Technical. Yeah, so you can see the impressions data changes there. So that's been affected. So if I just want it, so I've got a landing page that's like technical SEO services, for example, hit enter, look at the data, and we'll be able to see the change as well, filter out for that change by clicking on here, for example. And then we could create a few different pages, which are like, check the impact on these categories, check the impact on this page, check and then filter for search queries as well. So if I wanted to like filter technical SEO consultant, hit enter there. Take away landing page. Preset. Right, I want to check for all queries that contain service. Again, these are GA4, so these won't change, but you can see the impressions change, landing pages appear in CTR, that sort of stuff. You can really start to filter down. Now, I know Ahrefs has a similar thing where it's like on page change, but with this, with the table at the bottom as well, you've got your Google Sheet synced, so you can add in some real detail about each individual change that you've made to your website and really start to measure exactly the impact it's had using all these different metrics. Obviously, it's fully customizable, can make this a lot more visually nicer, but functionally, this works really well as an annotation and impact sort of system.